character unlocked, alright? Because we talk about a lot of shady people over on this channel, and we're talking about somebody new today who is pretty damn shady. Now, I will say they're not the worst person that we've ever discussed on this channel by far, but what they did recently to a subscriber and fellow content creator is pretty shady and pretty suspicious. One thing I've noticed about larger channels versus smaller channels, especially if they're in like the similar niche, there is a sense of community, like you want everybody to like thrive around you in the genres that you're commentating on. But at the same time, I've noticed there's huge competition. It's like larger channels want to do everything that they can to suppress the smaller channels so that when people click to find that content that they want to react to or want to watch, and that content creator is kind of in competition with the smaller channels, so it's like they don't want to give them advice, tips, credit, shout outs, any type of anything basically to help them grow their channel. They just want to take all the views and take all the challenges and run with it. Well, we're going to be talking about a Canadian YouTube and, well, let me say that better. A Canadian YouTuber and online streamer named Nick A30, and y'all, I've personally never heard of this guy before, but he pretty much prides himself in being a family-friendly Fortnite creator, and he created an Instagram for his dog named Max. As you can see here, it does look like pretty kid-friendly content.
Everyone, it is Nick A30 here. We have 100 players with the new chainsaw. Here we go, here we go! Wow. Wow.
Definitely not my cup of tea, not something I would sit down to watch personally, but I'm not 12 years old, so that's probably why. But he prides himself on being a kid-friendly streamer and gamer, and his main niche is Fortnite. Now, he had a crash out on a recent live stream, and he basically scammed a fan slash fellow content creator out of their money, and it's a whole situation, and we're going to be talking about it. As a content creator with 8.36 million subscribers, you'd think he would want to avoid controversy and scamming his fans, but he has embraced it with open arms.
I don't like Nick A30. This isn't because of his content or anything like that. I actually did like him quite a bit before this happened. You're probably wondering what happened. Well, I found out he exploits his viewers for money. How do I know this? Because it happened to me. On the 27th of December 2024, I donated $4 to Nick A30. His chat was on members only mode and there wasn't many people donating other than people becoming members, so I thought this was a good opportunity to donate as he would be able to read it as it was a chill stream. I donated asking for him to give me a Fortnite challenge for a video I'm making, as Nick has said he likes to help out small creators, and for $4 it would only take him about 10 seconds to answer. He proceeded to answer saying, if I tell him what challenge I want him to give me, he will say it.
Archer the 4. Nick Big Bang, can you give me a Fortnite challenge for a video? Always happy Christmas, brother. Thank you, bro. If you have an idea, I would more than likely be happy to say it. I don't have any ideas off the top of my head. If I had ideas, I'd be recording it, you know? So if you have a challenge, you let me know. I will gladly say it so you can use it for your video, if that's what you'd like.
So far, it's looking good. It's pretty innocent. It's just a fellow content creator and a fan of Nick A30 who is reaching out to him like, hey, here's a donation. I just wanted to let you know I'm a huge fan, and I would like to know if you had any content ideas that I can do, you know, moving forward for my next video. And he read it out and he was like, well, I don't have any specific ideas off the top of my head, but, you know, if you have an idea that you want me to say, let me know and I'll say it. And I think he said this mostly because he is a large content creator, and if you're a smaller content creator, and let me use a example reference just really quickly. That's like me going to a Penguin Zero live stream and then saying, hey, I do commentary. What's a topic I can talk about that would be interesting for my followers? What's a challenge? And Penguins would answer me and be like, hey, I think you should talk about the Ashley Trevino situation. And then I would start a video and reference that Penguin Zero gave me that video idea, and that might get me more clicks and views just because it's a larger creator who helped me come up with that idea. Pretty innocent, you know, it's not like he's messaging him saying, hey, we need a collab, hey, give me clout, hey, shout me out, nothing serious, just, hey, do you have any ideas or challenges I can do for my next video? I'm a big fan.
This is just weird because, like, he could just say any challenge. He could just say, I'll do a shotgun only challenge or you know, whatever. It doesn't need to be something brand new. I don't think you could think of anything brand new. I found this a bit weird as his chat was on members only. So if I wanted to message, I would have had to pay $5 or donate money telling him what challenge.
Hey everyone, it is Nick K30 here.
But I thought, fine. Why not? I proceeded to donate $2 more, specifying that I don't mind what challenge even if it's been done before. I also would like to specify I did actually give him 2 challenges. I said, could you maybe give me the 1 chest only challenge or the shotgun only challenge? He then proceeded to just flat out ignore my donation. He didn't say anything about it, he didn't even read it. And I know as a big streamer it is hard to keep up with every donation, but he was reading chat and he wasn't getting that many donations because it was more of a quiet stream. So I donated another $2, saying simply, I think he might have missed my donor, and I specified which 2 challenges I would like him to give me, as in his own words, this was okay. Now, he did actually read this donation, but he went on to say that he did read my last donation and I must have missed it and I need to keep my eyes peeled on the stream, but he's just flat out lying.
You saw the second, you never gave a challenge. I did, bro, I did. I answered it in full. I said that already 3 times. So if you can't pay attention to the stream, like, that's on you, bro. I literally responded to your message.
He must have just ignored it or just not read it and then just flat out lied to me, but I went through the whole stream twice and he didn't read it or even look at it, so I don't even know what happened there. He then said this.
Arch, listen, if you have a challenge that you would like me to give you, you give it to me. I don't have any challenge ideas, bro. You're the content creator. You come up with the idea. I'll say it if that's what you want. If you want to include me in the video, please stop spamming, okay?
Now it's starting to get suspicious because the first time he said, well, if you have a challenge in mind that you want me to say, like, hence he just clarified if you want me to say it specifically so you can put it in your video and make it look like I gave you the idea, fine, we can go with that. But the guy specifically said, look, I don't care what challenge it is, like, I look up to you, so I would just like for you to specifically just give me one off the top of your head, and even referenced 2 different challenges that he could possibly pick between to give him. And I understand what some people are going to say because I think this as well. I feel like just because you donate to somebody and their live stream does not make you entitled to their time by any means. But it was kind of Nick's idea. Like, well, if you have a specific challenge in mind, he kept the conversation going, saying, well, if you reply to me and say a specific challenge you have in mind, then I can say it for your video. Then the guy replied and he was like, hey, stop spamming me. It's kind of like, you're being 50-50, Nick. You can't tell somebody to stop spamming you whenever you entertained him commenting back and donating to you to get a reply. But I also understand where people are going to come in and be like, well, Nick did not ask for this guy to donate to him, whether he did want a content idea or not. Nick never asked him to donate money just specifically for him to reply. My issue here isn't with the guy who is a smaller channel, who does look up to Nick A30, who really just wanted a content idea from him. He wasn't asking him for clout or a shout out or anything. He just really wanted an idea. He just wanted to ask a creator that he looked up to and was in the same niche for a content idea because, again, that's a fan of Nick 30 and also a content creator, so it probably would mean a lot to him to get a challenge from somebody that he looked up to. But it's very suspect of Nick to kind of gaslight this man into thinking that he already answered him when he didn't. He's just dancing around the question and reaping that money from him. No matter how little the money is, it does add up.
This just came off as a little rude, and I had sent him like $8 or something at this point. I'd be over the moon if someone was spamming me with money. Then I donated another $2, saying that in the last donation, I did say what challenge I wanted him to give me, and he simply replied, Arch, thank you.
Holy crap, bro. Arch, thank you.
No, the look on his face, I don't know what it is, but he just looks annoyed, man. I really don't understand what's hurt this man's feelings. It's kind of weird how he said if I told him what challenge I wanted, he would say it, leading to me donating more and more money. I also want to mention all of these donations are very, very polite. As far as Nick knows, I'm a big fan and have a lot of respect for him, but he clearly didn't for me. This is because as soon as I sent the next donation, I realized he had banned me from donating, which is really strange, man.
Now, I don't know if Nick was having a bad day, but just me personally, if I was doing any type of live stream and I had people donating to me, I would want to try to answer the people who are donating to me, but I do understand if you do live streams, the chat can come in pretty fast, especially if there's like 800 plus people there. You can't keep up with everybody. But he so clearly gaslit this man into thinking that he did answer his question and then try to make it seem like he was just spamming him, which even if he was, he's donating to you. Is it such a bad thing that somebody is spamming money at you? Because to me, that would be nice. But like I said, I don't know if he was just having a bad day and just didn't want to reply, or maybe he just, because he was focused on the game and the chat, he just couldn't think of a challenge right off the top of his head. But Ark actually did give him a challenge, 2 different challenges to choose from, and he still didn't do that. But that's not what makes the situation terrible, okay? What makes the situation actually scammy and bad is the fact that, and just to be clear, I don't think that Nick actually scammed him, because he's not asking him for money for something that he didn't do in return, even though he kind of did do that, saying like, look, I'll give you a challenge idea if you give me something to choose from. Then he didn't do it. But I don't think you can technically sum this up as a scam, but it is given scammy vibes. But like I said, what makes the situation fairly bad is he ended up continuing on his live stream after he blocked Ark from donating and basically talked shit about him. So let's get into that.
Because the way he reacted was so strange, and I was being nothing but polite, so I can't imagine what he would say to a kid asking the same question who wouldn't be able to write in a professional manner like I did. So let's keep watching.
On this video right here, you see that? And that's, I can guarantee you, bro donated like $10. I can guarantee you he made 100 times that amount with it.
I didn't make any money off the video. I made 0. I'm not monetized on YouTube, so that's a lie. I didn't do it for the money. I make no money from this. I actually am down $15 from when I made this video because I donated to him, made the video, and I don't get revenue from YouTube. Simple as that.
This video right here. Bro's going on like it's about the money. Bro was just a rude, toxic, hateful individual, bro. Like, he was so passive-aggressive in his comment.
I'm not a rude, toxic, hateful individual like Nick is saying.
Yo, that response was completely unwarranted in my opinion. Mind you, the way that he just went in on Ark for specifically just simply donating $15 to him and asking him for a challenge idea, and then he didn't give him a challenge idea, then called him out for basically gaslighting him into thinking that he actually did answer his question, then accused him of spamming, even though he didn't do that in the slightest bit. And he also said how rude he was being, and he was being very polite, just in my opinion. But he's trying to make it out to be like Ark is just clout chasing off of him when he specifically just asked him for a video idea and donated money to him. Like, I just want y'all to be very clear real quick. I don't know how old Ark is, but Nick A30 is actually about to be 30 years old. Not only is he about to be 30, but he has over 8 million, almost 9 million subscribers here on YouTube, and he's coming after a channel that doesn't even have 6K yet and isn't even monetized. I just feel like that's a very scummy thing to do, knowing that this person doesn't have any type of leverage over defending themselves in the situation. If you would make this video talking about them, Nick A30, you're clearly going to get a couple million views on it, given the fact that you do have 8 million subscribers, and that's going to change millions of people's views and outlook on this small creator who doesn't even have that large of a platform to defend himself. And even if he would try to defend himself with the videos that he's creating now, talking about the situation and explaining his side of it, who's really gonna listen? You know what I mean? Like, there is a power dynamic here, and it's definitely on in Nick's advantage and not Ark's advantage. And I just feel like it's very scummy to come after a small channel like that and talk as negatively as he was, putting him on blast to millions of people.
Also, my messages weren't passive-aggressive. I just realised he said that. The messages were so polite, so I don't know how he expects you to donate to him. I mean, I guess I could have donated, "You're the best ever person in the world. Can I get a challenge?" But I was nothing but polite. I was like, "Hey, Nick, I'm a big fan. Could I get a challenge?" He agreed to give me a challenge as long as I told him what challenge, and then he flat out ignored the donation. So, and then he went on to have a go at me. So I don't know what that is all about, but yeah.
Never respond to you, and I will never unblock you. I hope you know that.
You're not really giving your perspective of the situation. You're just kind of hating and getting all aggressive and angry. So I don't know what that is about, Mr. Positivity himself.
Because you are just a rude, spiteful individual. And not only that, You weren't looking for content from me, bro. You were looking to me.
I was looking for content, so I wasn't looking for video ideas. I didn't want Nick. I think a lot of people misunderstood, and he understood what I meant. I wasn't looking for video ideas. I was working on a video where I get challenges off of big Fortnite streamers. So I donate and say, could you give me a challenge? And then it's so easy to come up with a challenge. I think anyone watching this video could think of a Fortnite challenge and say it in 2 seconds.
I'm familiar with Warzone, okay? I'm not gonna lie. I play the shit out of Black Ops 6. I think Black Ops has been one of my favorite Call of Duty series so far, and other than that, Modern Warfare, but I have been deeply and emotionally involved in Black Ops 6 lately. They have a Squid Games update, and I know that I have been challenging myself as far as what I'm doing on there, and me and my friends are going back and forth to like different challenges we give each other for the lobby. Anyways, y'all did not need to know that, and probably don't even care, but it takes 2 seconds, genuinely 2 seconds, to just think of something. And of course, you're not going to think of something that was like never done. You're not expected to think of something that was never done, but you could have at least answered him with any challenge, even if it was one that you had already done, or you could have just simply picked one of the 2 challenges that he sent you to pick from, but you didn't do that. You decided to gaslight him into thinking that he was spamming you, and continue to gaslight him into thinking that you already answered his question when you clearly did not. Then you went to his page and continued on your live stream to call him a clout chaser, making it look like he was trying to get video ideas and steal content from you, and that was not the case. Very POS thing to do from Nick A30, I'm not gonna lie. I just feel like as a smaller content creator, I look up to a lot of larger channels myself, and I would personally be devastated, heartbroken, not gonna lie, if I reached out to a content creator who does commentary or something, was like, hey, I really look up to you, like, I adore your channel, I've been following you for a while, like, you're an idol to me, like, you inspire me on my channel. I wanted to know if you could pick between one of these 2 topics, just to, give me an idea for where to move forward. And again, that's not even what he was doing. He was doing a compilation of asking larger creators for a challenge and then putting that in a compilation video, not asking him directly for content. I know most of my following aren't gamers, but some of y'all are gamers, and I have a challenge for my gaming audience right now. If you're subscribed to Nick 830, I challenge you to unsubscribe from him and go subscribe to Ark. Challenge accepted.
I wasn't trying to look for some sort of beef or negativity in any sort. I just thought Nick was a nice guy and he'd give me a challenge because he likes helping out small creators. So, yeah.
Make something like this. I could tell with your donations and the way that you were antagonizing me with that.
I wasn't antagonizing you with my donations whatsoever. I was being nothing but polite. If anything, I probably came across like my donations didn't antagonize him whatsoever. I was being polite, and I just came across as a fan. That was literally it.
And I think the views speak for themselves. Oh, look at this. You not a single video over 10K views here, and then you do a video on me over 100,000 views.
Yeah. No, sir. I cannot stand creators like this where they get a following and they get a certain amount of views per video, and then they think that they're just like, they get a big head and they're very egotistical, egomaniacal in my opinion, and they think that they're better than everybody on the platform just because they have a certain amount of people who follow them. You are no better, and you also started from somewhere. So I'm sure when you first started your career, you were probably pulling the same amount of views that Ark was. Then you got lucky and blew up. Everybody starts from somewhere, and I get so genuinely infuriated whenever large creators come after small creators and talk shit about their view count, because we all start from damn somewhere, okay? I have 16,000 subs, and I niche down to a specific topic, so a lot of people subscribe to me for that just one thing, but I've been trying to branch out, so my views have been down, but that does not mean that... What am I even trying to get at? I don't know what I'm trying to get at. I guess that just hit me personally. Major crash out from Nick A30's end, and whew, he made himself look bad, and you didn't even have to do that. I feel like, honest to God, he could have just literally, after that stream, had been like, look, I don't think you were spamming me, but I didn't want you to keep sending me donations if I wasn't able to answer you appropriately, so I blocked you from donating until I can come up with the idea, or I can do this, that, and the third. Or he could have even literally just said, look, I was focused on the game, so like my brain wasn't firing at full capacity to come up with a challenge idea or to pick one or the other. He could have saved himself from this situation, but then he went on this long a huge open-winded rant about him being a clout chaser and trying to get money off of his name and trying to steal video ideas and being a terrible person, and that's just not the case. And again, this is somebody with a very large platform coming after a small creator, y'all, smaller than I am. I couldn't imagine somebody with Penguin Zero following coming after me. I would cry. But I couldn't imagine it being somebody I look up to with such a following talking so negatively about me, just because that can be career ending for a lot of people. And I don't know if that was Nick's intention, trying to end this man's career before it even started over here on YouTube, but as a small creator, I support small creators, I support large creators as well, but that's if you deserve to have your platform. And the way that you're treating other content creators in your niche, it don't sit right with me. And if this is how you're willing to treat people, I just don't know. I just don't like that. Like I said, this whole situation just doesn't sit right with me. And at first, when I first seen the situation, I thought, not that big of a deal, until I seen him crash out and talk so negatively about art. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And like I said, challenge of the day. If you are subscribed to Nick, I am not saying boycott. I'm just saying let's unsubscribe and go subscribe to Ark, and that is my challenge for y'all. But with that being said, I am going to wrap this up. Yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next damn video. All right, bye.
You clout chaser, and you made way more than $10, so go show that.
Clout chaser? I'm not a clout chaser. I barely even upload on YouTube. I don't care about the views. I don't know how many times I have to say that.
Little scummy person, bro. Such a scumbag. They try to make me look bad because the guy's being rude asking for donations. And like, or not asking for donations. He's being rude asking for a challenge for his video. And I'm like, bro, I owe you nothing, man.
You don't owe me anything, right? But when I donate and I ask you for a challenge and then you say, yeah, no, tell me what challenge, and I'll say it for your video if that's what you want, and then I donate more, then you do kind of owe me you saying the challenge. You can't just ignore it because you decided you don't want to do it and not